are you on the phone to?
Don't worry about that, Days. I'm a very busy person. A lot of people are reaching out to me. So welcome, everyone, to a very special episode of Days and Triple T's Wild Adventure into the World of Falling Onto Comfortable Objects, Episode 1.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is obviously a conversation about Jericho, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you was going with this. I thought we were like straight into futon news or something. That's what I thought then. I was like, whoa, have we got a big development here? What's going down? Can I just tell you, right, when I do that intro and I'm like, hey guys, welcome to Escape Pod, all of this, I can't see anything when I'm doing that. I use that time to like start changing the screens over and get set up basically. So when I heard talking, I was like, have I pressed the wrong button? Like, are we even live? And the confusion that people will have seen then was as real get. That's the most real thing on the internet. My confusion in that moment where I'm like, have I played summer? Is Tommy playing summer? And I'm like, proper completely threw me off. I was like a child in the woods, let me tell you. But anyway, how are you?
Well, I apologize.
No,
I'm good. I let you down, though. I promised you a picture of me at a certain Boston location, and I didn't deliver.
Not happened.
It rained, and I don't want to take a picture of me there when it's raining. You know, like today was the only nice day this week, and I was busy this weekend, so sorry, everyone. You know, I can't control the weather.
No. Did you go to it at all, or was it just like, it's raining, I'm not going to bother?
It's raining, I got work, I'm not going to bother.
Okay, that's fine. So well, I must admit I am looking forward to it. I went back and watched the intro to the show, and they obviously show the bar during the intro, so I took a screenshot and I put that up on the Twitter. So people because I am aware this is quite an old show, it's going to be people watching that might have never seen it. So if they want to know what the bar looks like, there's a picture of it on the Twitter account. So I think people are looking forward to seeing what it looks like these days.
I am too. I am very anticipatory towards my future attending the outdoors of Cheers.
Nice. So last week as well on Twitter, I put a poll up asking people what did they want to see from our episodes. And I got to tell you, Random Conversations did very, very well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which I was very surprised at. I thought, I've always strived to bring some sort of focus to... I know it's not seemed that way, but if you think about when it started... We were starting with like wrestling topics. The idea was then when we were going to go live, we were going to do like hardcore reviews of Smackdown, Raw, and we were going to be like very up to date, very topical, whatever. And then obviously we did the comedy ones last year. Seems like people just want just want random conversations. Madness, which do you know what? That's effortless for us. Absolutely effortless. That's what people want. Not a problem. Can give you that till the cows come home.
Easy.
Yeah, anything structured, organized, informative, entertaining. That's not what we're about, right? Madness, random conversations, going down blind alleys. We've got you.
Getting murdered by Jack the Ripper, yes.
Yes, yeah. you do love that alley, don't you? That has really resonated with you over there in Boston.
Story, yeah.
So let's get into some wrestling news then, because obviously we didn't talk about wrestling last week. So it means that we can get straight into it this week. AEW, Blood and Guts. Did you watch it? What are your thoughts?
I watched the whole show. I'm very proud of myself. I came prepared. I obviously didn't look at the poll where people said they wanted us to talk about
random
stuff. Yeah. But I came prepared.
Okay.
It felt good watching a wrestling show again, to be honest with you. Hold on, whoa. Because like it's been so long, and I did watch the promos from last week's AEW, and I thought they killed it. They all killed it. So I was hyped for the main event. So it was fun to watch. Although you probably watched the Fight TV version without the ads.
Yeah.
The ads sucked in America. Like the picture-in-picture, missing out on so many cool things from the match. Really brought it down for me.
Well, can I tell you?
More so than the ending.
Can I tell you that I think the Fight TV version sucked because during the ads, the wrestling was close to non-existent. So it's hard for me to know when the ads are actually on because obviously they never announce it. But and if they did, I always have the commentary turned down anyway for copyright reasons. So I never know when we're at commercial and when we're not at commercial. So all of a sudden you'll have like this great fighting and there'll be this action. Then next thing, they're all just kind of standing there. You know what I mean? Checking their watches, just kind of like getting a bit of dirt off themselves. Like the pace of the thing just completely disappears. And you're like, is someone going to do something? Like, I think at one point, I think it might have been Dave in real life, can't remember. Someone in the chat said, have they done all the moves? Have they done all the moves? Have they done every move? Like, what's going on? It's like they'd gone through the whole book of moves and gone, we've completed it. We've like, there's no more moves. So they were just kind of standing there looking a little bit lost. So you was disappointed that you couldn't see the action and what was going on. I was disappointed that there was no action and that there was nothing going on. So, yeah, I mean, I just wish that they'd save that for a pay-per-view. It's just not a match that you can do on TV, really. It just doesn't work.
Or, like, worked out a way that they could show it without commercials in the U.S. Because that would limited commercial interruptions. That would have made it so much better. It really did.
They have done it whereby, I don't know if Tony Khan pays for the final hour to be commercial free or something, but they have done shows where it's been commercial free for that final part, and this match really did need that, in all fairness. But what did you? Obviously, we're going to talk about the finish as a separate point, but what did you think about the match?
I thought it was really fun. They killed each other. There's some unfortunate botches, which it's always tough to see, especially when these wrestlers are going all out with their bodies.
Are you talking about the Sammy one?
Yeah, yikes.
I rewatched that on Twitter.
Why would you do that to yourself?
It's so good. It's so good. For those that never saw, Sammy springboards off the ropes, and as he comes off the rope, he kind of flails in the air like his arms are going, and he's going down. And just as he gets down to the ground, I think he just like swipes out at someone's leg to make it look like he was. That's what I was meant to do. I meant to do that. I meant to jump off, come all the way down, and just at the last minute, just kind of clip someone's leg and achieve nothing. But I did have a lot of fun going back and searching that out. It's on AEW Botches, unsurprisingly, on their Twitter account. But yeah, it was one of those. I thought the match was really good as well, actually. I really enjoyed it.
The ending, I know people want to talk about it, and as someone that sleeps on a mattress that was thinner than what Chris Jericho fell on, and every night I probably hit more hard surfaces than he did taking that fall, I understand why they did that and feel like it was a production issue more than anything else. Yeah. Just them showing, like, it's like if you have Penn and Teller on TV and you're just like zooming in on all the things they're doing that you're not supposed to see. It's like, don't show that stuff.
Yeah, they just got the production side of it. I mean, I don't think anyone wants him to land onto concrete floor, right? I saw loads of people on Twitter saying, "Oh, so WWE fans like are upset because he didn't land on." I don't think anyone's. No, I didn't see anyone saying that. I didn't see anyone saying that. And if they did say that, they're idiots anyway. No one wants him. No one wants him getting chucked onto a concrete floor. But you're right. It's a production thing. The angle was wrong. You don't show the crash mat. And it just, it's one of those, it's another finish that has dominated the conversation, unfortunately. It's the same with that exploding barbed wire thing, where the finish of that dominated the conversation. The match before it was quite good and fairly brutal, but everyone was talking about the finish. And this one, good match, as you said, had a few botches, but everyone's talking about the finish. So I wish they would learn. I wish they would learn. Do you know what I mean? Like they didn't even need to go up on top. They didn't even need that. This match was made worse by them going up top. They didn't need to go. They didn't need to go up top. They still could have done something great. A great finish. Could easily have had MJF still cheat inside the cage and do something inside the cage. So yeah, for me it didn't need it. But it's a shame because I genuinely woke up thinking that was a really good match actually. It was a really good match. And there's been quite a few times where I've watched AEW and I felt a bit let down. But finish aside, I thought they did a really good job. So
it's tough because
credit where it's due.
Like watching, what was it?
Credit where it's due.
Yeah, because I'm the same as you. I know that there's a lot of like AEW versus WWE. I'm the type of person where it's like I want wrestling to be good and fun. And certainly what's good and fun for me isn't good and fun for everyone. But I think we can agree, you and I, that WWE and AEW sometimes let us down. They could be better. And it was the type of thing where like the whole show, there were some lows. It's not like if I'm watching New Japan where it's like majority of the show, it's going to be really good. And like I always expect that when I turn to AEW, probably just because of the people on the roster and stuff like that. But it's tough because there is a part of me that does want to commit to a wrestling show, but I don't know if this is it, Days. I don't know if it's AEW. It's definitely not WWE.
No,
unless NXT is really good. I was going to ask how's NXT been, but Darby Allin,
yeah, down the stairs.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. He was crying as well. By the way, I don't. There was when we went to commercial break, it really looked like he was sobbing. So I don't know if he like really caused himself some damage, but it was a crazy spot. But yeah, NXT I think has been on a decent roll actually. I think they've been doing some good stuff. There's a group called The Way, which is Austin Theory, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell, and they are really fun. They're doing some really good stuff. They're great in ring. They're doing some really good backstage promos. They're putting them in a few little skits and whatever. I kind of feel like AEW has taught NXT how to be funny because NXT was never funny. And it's starting to be funny now. They're doing some stuff with Cameron Grimes, who has come into money. And now he's like doing little vignettes where he's going to the jewelers and whatever and buying a watch. And someone will turn up with a nicer watch. And as the camera pans over, it's the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. So they're starting to like, do some really fun stuff, which we really haven't seen that much of before. So, yeah, I think obviously you will get decent matches. They've got some good sign-ins as well. Some really good stuff going on with NXT. But there's some good stuff going on with AEW as well. I don't want to be laying into them for no reason. It's just we're coming off a big talking point for AEW that wasn't brilliant. So that's why we keep going back to that. But they are doing some good stuff as well. Like the build for Blood and Guts, I thought was, fairly good. Beautiful. And the match itself I thought was pretty good as well. So, yeah.
Now, what about SmackDown? Because Harley Griffith's getting a little peeved that I think I just said Raw and AEW. I didn't mention SmackDown. So, yes, SmackDown. What is? I hear from people online that SmackDown is one of the best things WWE is producing. Plus, we got Daniel Bryan piecing out. So we can talk a little bit about those two things. But I know people really want us to talk about random things, so we don't have to focus on that too much.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the good thing about conversations is that we don't tend to stick on anything for that long anyway. So it's really not going to be a problem. But SmackDown is, for me, probably the best show that they do. Loving the Roman stuff at the moment. Roman Reigns doing some fantastic work. And obviously, last week, as you say, beating Daniel. Daniel now gone from SmackDown. And, Meltzer reporting that apparently his contract has expired with WWE. WWE apparently working very hard to get him re-signed. They do not want to see him go into AEW. But I think Daniel wants to wrestle in a few other places. I think he wants to be a family man. And I think, there's a few things that he wants to do. And really, the world is his oyster because Vince will pander to him to a degree. He's going to bend quite a bit, let's put it that way. He'll bend quite a bit, Vince, for this one. So we'll see what comes out of it. But yeah, they're doing some good stuff on SmackDown. I like the Bianca story. Like her getting the title at WrestleMania, and now she's facing Bayley at WrestleMania Backlash. That's in a few weeks' time. And as we said, Roman doing some good stuff. They're building up Cesaro now, so it looks like he might be Roman's next challenge. Apollo and Big E. Big E kind of, having an all right intercontinental run. Didn't really set the world on fire, but I think we're all waiting for him to get to that main event scene. So there's a lot that's going on with SmackDown at the moment. It always tends to be a fairly solid show, so it's either NXT or SmackDown that's the best brand. They're relatively close, but some good stuff happening over there.
I'm going to take this time to turn to the audience and say, what do you guys think is the best week-to-week wrestling show? Is it AEW? Is it Raw? Is it SmackDown? Is it MLW? Ring of Honor? Is it New Japan Strong? Let us know. And in the meantime, before people answer days, I want to let you know Miss Clown One has a huge announcement. A Timmy's has opened near where he lives.
Wow. That is big. That's big. That's big for Sunny. Just imagine Sunny's running over there as we speak. She's burst out the door right now, running down the road, Sunny Wolf, to try and get to that Timmy's. Pointing at Art as she's going. Art! Ah!
So I think most people are saying SmackDown.
Well, do you know what I'm just going to do? I'm actually going to put a poll up on Twitter. How about these apples? What is the best wrestling brand? So let's go. We'll go SmackDown. We'll go NXT. We'll go AEW, and we'll go other. Yeah, and people can put into the comments what the other is, and if other gets the most votes, then I'll count up the ones that have been mentioned in other. But I'll set that for half an hour, so we'll get a result. We'll get a result by the end, and this is official. Whatever wins is officially the best brand, right? Mm-hmm. Done.
No question.
That is on Twitter. If you want to vote on that, just go over to at Wrestling Escape Pod, and you'll be able to. Is it at Wrestling Escape Pod? I don't actually know how. At Wrestling E Pod. There we go. Don't go to at Wrestling Escape Pod. We don't know who they are. they're at evil doppelgangers over there.
Brad G. Thank you, Brad G. Just shout out to Brad G for bringing up Eva Marie. So Days, how excited are you? How hyped that they got rid of Billy Kay to bring in All Red Everything?
This goes back to our relationship in a way, doesn't it? Because I know and always remember that you had a standee of her, and you was always I was doing. Me and Tommy obviously never used to speak. I used to watch his channel, and but I used to do videos where I'm like, I can't stand Eva Marie. She's the worst thing in wrestling. Why is she there? All this kind of stuff. And then I'd click onto Tommy's channel, and he's like, Eva Marie, and he'd be like all this, and he'd have a standee, and he'd be like proper into her, and all of it. And he'd be like, oh Tommy, come on, get with the program, man. She sucks. She sucks. Yeah. She's the worst thing. She's so bad. She's so bad in the ring. I can't stand the woman. But I'm going to give her a chance. I'm going to give her a chance. She's been away for a while. She might have gotten better. and we'll have to see. But where did your appreciation and love for Eva Marie come from?
That's like...
Is that a deep question?
Psychology question, yeah. It's like... well, as a fan of Total Divas, certainly that. She wasn't good in the ring. No idea. Probably because people didn't like her, and that's funny.
Is that's what it was?
Probably.
People didn't like her, and you just you ran with that.
Yeah. Also, Austin, I'm reaching out to you. I know you know where I live. I know you know my IP address. Do not give it to the Triller people. I am going to get sued so fast for watching their thing on www.watchillegaltrillerstreams.org/com. Do not share my info, Austin. I am, please. I just had to say that.
That's all right. That brings us actually, talking of Triller, to the news that happened earlier today with Jake Paul. Did you see this?
What happened?
Oh, you've not seen this?
No.
Oh, it's all over Twitter. So only not that long ago, he was... so it was the face-to-face between Logan and Mayweather, and basically Jake Paul backstage or whatever, there was in some corridor, got right into Mayweather's face. And like Mayweather was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Bring me the paperwork. You're next," kind of a thing. And Jake Paul just went, "Got your hat," snatched his hat and tried to run away. And like some kind of 5-year-old. It was just, honestly, that guy he is a fantastic heel. So obnoxious, so irritating. Got your hat to one of the best boxers of all time, and like is there face to face, and rather than getting aggressive or any, got your hat. But the thing was, there was some kind of scuffle, and it looks like he got like a cut under his eye. Jake Paul. People are saying that his front tooth looks a little bit loose as well. So don't know. I haven't seen what actually happened, but something's gone down, and all of that was like breaking through not that long ago. So yeah, drama.
Yeah.
Drama.
Was he filming it?
Well, there's always someone filming it. So I don't know if it was his camera people or who it was, but yeah, there is footage online.
Hold on, I need to see which one Jake Paul is.
You don't know which one he is?
That one.
That one.
So it's not the WrestleMania one. It's the I'm training and Sammy comes to my place one.
Yes. The I'm training and Sammy comes to my place one is facing Floyd Mayweather very soon. And then Jake is the one that obviously just beat Ben Askren. And there's a good chance after this that we will get Jake Mayweather, because Mayweather's fuming. I think he'll want this fight. And it's nothing to him to call out Jake Paul, is it, in all fairness? So, and it's another easy payday. Jake's actually got himself in a bit of a bad situation now, I think, because I think that the appeal with Jake is people want to tune in to see him get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out against Mayweather. So is he going to be as valuable after his loses to Mayweather? I don't know. It is, are as many, because once you've got that GIF, once you've got the footage of him being knocked out, doesn't that take away one of the big reasons why people are tuning in? So I kind of feel like he's bitten off too much here, because how can he back down from Mayweather? Because Mayweather's calling him out. Jake Paul can't back down because his whole thing has been about calling people out and they back down from him. So he can't back down from Mayweather. Mayweather's definitely going to call him out. And I think this is too much too soon for him. Well, it is too much too soon for him. I don't even know why I'm saying I think it is too much too soon for him. So yeah, a bit of a bad move.
I'll probably illegally stream it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something you don't want to admit to on the internet, but...
Okay. trying to like come up with battle Star Galactica Blade Runner type sci-fi ways to track people down and get them to pay the $50 and saying like, we have your info, but they probably don't have anyone's info. They're just saying stuff.
I haven't heard this story.
You haven't?
No, I haven't got a clue.
Oh my gosh, we're on like different levels of news.
Yeah.
So basically they're like, we have everyone's name that pirated and watched illegal streams of Triller. We have your IP address. If you have a VPN, we have your actual IP address. No faking it with us. And we are going to sue you unless you pay us for the pay-per-view $50.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you talk to us. You let us know if you illegally did. We'll charge you $50. Otherwise, we're going to sue you because we got all your IPs. So reach out to us at Triller. I accidentally streamed it.
Reach out to us at Triller. I'm really sorry.com.
Yeah.
Oh,
something like that.
Triller, I'm really gullible.com.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like, we know you did it, so you got to reach out to us and let us know you did it.
Someone will do that, though. Someone will get in touch. You know that someone will get in touch with them and admit to the fact that they streamed it illegally. And
it's going to be
please don't
the
sue
Wrestling
me.
Escape Pod hacker. That's who's going to be gullible enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I hadn't heard that story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
People have been laughing about it.
So what have you been up to this week? I feel like we've covered a lot of wrestling stuff on this episode so far.
Yeah.
Honestly. Feels a bit OTT.
Over the top?
Yeah.
Okay. What did I do this week? I watched AEW.
That's it.
I'm mad at people, though. They didn't update your Wikitubia. I specifically asked for some updates. No one did it. Last update, still October 2020. So.
Yeah, I don't think anyone goes on Wikitubia, though. Like, literally, I don't think anyone goes onto it.
Weekly. I go weekly days.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
It's the only place I can find info about you.
Is there like all the big names on there? Is it like a proper up-to-date like database?
Okay, tell me a YouTuber, I'll search for them.
I don't know. This is where it's all going to fall apart, isn't it? Because I don't know any.
Okay, crowd, what's a YouTuber?
Yeah, name a YouTuber. Name a YouTuber.
I don't even know how to search this website.
Okay, this is going so well, and it's really great for our Apple Podcast listeners as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? I see. I only know the bad ones, the ones that trend for bad things.
Yeah.
So, like, David Dobrik. I know him.
Is there no... I genuinely think there's no search on this wiki.
Okay. Am I the only one on this Wikipedia?
No, it's create a page. See Wrestling. All right. Thanks, Austin. See
Put
Wrestling.
It on.
I don't know how to search, though. Oh, never mind. I found search.
It's not gone well.
Nope, it's not there. Blair White.
Who? Blair White?
Yep.
Yes, they're there.
Yep.
Oh, all right. What do they do?
Politics.
Hang on. Who in our community is watching politics? Who did that?
Jim
I
Gore.
want a name. Oh, Jim Gore. Yeah, in fairness, I could see Jim Gore getting...
Okay.
That is very highbrow, Jim. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jim, bringing a bit of culture, bit of class to this community. Why is Jim watching us? It makes no sense to me whatsoever, does it?
Because we're a very political wrestling podcast.
Very political. Very political.
Yeah.
Never know what we're going to say. What kind of...
No.
Yeah. That's gross.
No, Biden. Ooh, oops.
Oh,
oops, did I do that?
whoa! Kamala Harris.
Oh!
Yeah, we know. I
still
know.
haven't Googled if that's the
I know,
correct way to say it.
It
Hold
is.
on, let me Google that right now.
Well, that's not going to help you pronounce it, is it?
No.
No, it's not, is it? It's not. Plus, why is the fact that I'm telling you that's the correct way to pronounce it not good enough?
Well, here's the deal, Days. You have an accent to me. I have an accent to you. So you're right. You're 100% right. I just opened up a video and this kid just goes, "It's not Kamala." And I feel like a Dumbo because the kid had to tell me.
It's all right. It's all right. I just remember when she was announced as his running mate that she said like how to pronounce her name. So I heard it from her. So I was feeling very confident on that subject.
You were first.
Yeah, I was feeling very, very confident on it. Hey, look at this. We just did politics.
How do you say vitamins? Austin says to ask.
How do I say vitamins? Multivitamin, vitamin. I say vitamin. Yeah, I don't say vitamin.
And you say nil?
Nil?
Yeah.
1-0. Like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as opposed to what?
Nothing.
That's a different word.
Well, that's
not pronunciation. That's a different word, isn't it?
We say the Niles Crane.
Yeah, because that's his name, Niles. Well, how else would you pronounce it?
Nils.
Nils. That's not his name. What is this conversation?
I don't know. I'm sorry, Days.
This is random, and that is what this audience wants.
We're shooting up in the views. Do people like personal talk, or should we keep this professional?
I don't know. I'm quite happy to go wherever the conversation goes.
Okay. I had quite the weekend, and I want to share it with the community.
Okay, what was her name?
That's what I'm here to talk about. Okay. We're not naming names, but just want everyone to know it happened. I went on a date.
Did you? Hang on. Did you actually go on a date?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where did you go? The museum?
A hike. And you know what? The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want everyone to know how dumb my life can be sometimes. All right?
Yeah.
So we met on, let's just say, that dating app with those pictures. That's how we met. All right?
Okay, hang on. Was this an actual real woman?
Yes, her name's Monica. And she was really cool on the app and in person. And then when we met up, the whole 2-hour hike, all she did was insult me and bully me for 2 hours.
Did this really happen to you?
Yes.
You met a woman called Monica?
Well, no, we're just using Monica so I don't get sued.
Right, okay, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you met a woman, Monica, and on a dating app. Well, I mean, in fairness, I'm sorry, but you did deserve it, because who decides to go hiking, right? Was this her idea or was this your idea? Because if it was your idea, you deserve to be bullied.
It was a combo.
Okay, so she was kind of into the idea.
Yes.
Okay. So you was on a dating app, met a young lady, you went hiking, and then she proceeded to bully you.
Oh, time, yeah.
Oh my God, I love this story so much.
It was awful because I couldn't leave because it's like I'm in the middle of the wilderness. It's like I can't just be like, okay, see ya.
Getting bullied in the wilderness.
She picked the spot, so I had no idea where I was.
Oh, I love it. I love the idea you was out in the wilderness, trapped, nowhere to go, just being bullied by this random stranger. Oh,
it was awful. Yeah. That's why, I'm telling everyone this story because it's so dumb. It's the type of situation I always find myself in.
If my mind, you're just like, please stop.
Basically, it was like,
what have I ever done to you? I just want to look at the flowers.
Oh, it was everything, man.
Oh, there's so much to explore. This is like a gift from God. This is like a thank you. Whoever this Monica person is, thank you. Oh, it's giving me life. It's giving me life.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to share it. Because it's like, what else can we talk about? It's not like a big wrestling event happened yesterday.
So how long was you out on the hike?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And what was she saying?
She was making fun of the way I talk, making fun of my clothes, making fun of my lifestyle choices, making fun of my friend, anything she could. It was like a middle school bully. It was do you know about negging and like the pickup dudes that think that by insulting women they will attract them? It was like that, except other way around. I don't think she was trying to attract. I don't know what she was trying to do. Right. But I have never experienced anything like it, except in middle school when people are bullying me, and it was such a surreal experience because who does that? You're on a date. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, that is strange. That is strange.
Yeah.
I suppose in a way, like to do a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Just a bit of banter
like
kind
teasing?
of a thing. Little teasing. Just kind of like, I'm up for fun. Yeah, I mean, like, that's okay. But this sounds like it was an onslaught that you had to endure. Which, that is so good. That is so good. Where did you go anyway? Where can you go hiking in Boston? Have you got hills?
Oh, I had to drive like an hour to meet her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she's not in the like Boston center area?
No.
Right. Okay. Honestly, you should have just took her to Cheers. Could have killed two birds with one stone, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Close to home, could easily have escaped. That would have been perfect. Could have got the picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Will you meet her again and take her to Cheers?
Absolutely not. I
should have took her to Savers. Could have traded her in.
She is like it can't get worse than this story. I kind of like, there's a little part of me that's hoping it can get worse than this. Yeah. Because what story would that be?
Is that the worst date that you've been on?
Yeah, the one before it was I basically told the woman that I was on a date on what industry I work in, and it's in the arts, just so people know. And then like 5 minutes later, she was like, yeah, I used to paint as a kid, but I stopped because there are no jobs in the arts. I was like, I which isn't the worst, but then she told me that her roommate was murdered, and I was like, what? This is not first date material. So that I assumed that was going to be the worst until
that's awkward.
Yeah. And it's like, what, how do you go from there when they just tell you, oh yeah, my roommate was murdered once?
I don't know that I've ever told you this story, just talking of like awkward situations, but when I used to work in retail, I used to do a lot of interviews for people, mainly for Christmas temps. Like if ever we needed seasonal colleagues,
so you were the interview guy?
I was the interview guy. You would have to come into the room and be interviewed by me. Yes. Imagine that. And you know me, I'm a little bit cheeky. So I would always ask this one question, and I did used to explain why I was asking this question, right? The one thing I never did, and I promise this, I never just threw this on people without explaining why I was asking it. So what I'm going to do, I can't really do it to you because you've just sort of done it actually. But the question was very, very simple. And the question was this. The question I would ask him is I'd go down the interview thing and it'd be like, right, tell me your experience. Like where do you live? Do you have to travel far? Gives us an idea of, are they going to have to get 1 million buses, or is it quite easy for them to get in? What experience have they got? Blah, 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 blah. But the question that I used to throw in was, okay, this question I'm going to ask you now. This is going to tell me about, are you comfortable talking? Can you think on the spot? And that's why I'm asking it. So don't worry so much about what you're going to say. What I'm actually looking for is how you're going to say it. Can you talk with confidence? And the reason I'm asking this question is because at the time we had a loyalty scheme and people needed to talk about the loyalty card, blah, 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 right? So there is method to the madness here. And the question was this: can you tell me a story? That is it. Can you tell me a story? Any story. Anything. I don't care if it's real. I don't care if it's fake. I don't care if you make it up. I don't care if it's the plot to a movie, right? I don't care what you tell me. I've already told you that I'm interested in how you tell it, because I want to see, because I could have just gone, sell me this loyalty card. That's the equivalent. But everyone does that, right? I wanted something a little bit different, something that was going to get that reaction that you just did of, and I had that a lot, right? Yeah. But some of the answers that came out of that are just, there was this one woman, she was like, right, okay, so I was actually with my boyfriend and we were in this car and we was driving into the woods, and all of a sudden there was this animal, I think it was a wolf, that came jumping out and we had to swerve. And like this story was going on, and I was proper engrossed. It's such a good story that she went on to tell. But I never asked, I should have asked her actually after if she was making it up, because the story started going on whereby I got out the car and I started talking to the wolf, and it turned out that I knew this wolf. And like the story started going really weird. And so I'm sitting there, and even though I had said, it's not about the story, it's about how you come across, I found myself like proper engrossed in the story, but also a little bit creeped out by the story. So it was kind of a real insight. And it was, such a weird, obviously there was lots of other answers that were given and things that I definitely don't want to be saying on here.
Yes.
Lots of like very personal stuff that people really shouldn't be revealing in interviews. I got everything. You name it, I got it as an answer. Okay. But made up stories about talking to wolves is probably the most PG one that I can share. But it was a good time, good question, and kind of reminded me of what you just said about it being like an awkward situation.
Yeah, and I feel like I always find myself in those situations. I don't know how. Like in America, we have this saying: if there's always drama around you, you're the drama queen. And I personally don't feel like I am the drama queen, but maybe I am, because drama is always around me.
I wonder. I mean, how often do you like get to go out on dates? Have you had like lots of experiences and this is the worst, or was it like you gave it a bit of a go and it's backfired?
Well, there's pre-COVID and post-COVID.
Okay.
Certainly different eras. So I'd say that for post-COVID,
triple T eras.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm. So post-COVID, this one could say this was my first ever date.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is you just now dipping your toe into the dating world.
Yes.
And seeing the true horror of what is out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was very different pre-COVID.
Right.
People were different.
People were different. All the people were different.
I will say, though, speaking of pre-COVID dating, everyone in the chats, this poor girl whose roommate was murdered, everyone's saying she murdered her roommate and she did it with whips and chains, and people are making stories up about how she was murdered.
Okay.
So,
I'm pleased to hear that we're being sensitive as a community. I'm pleased to see that we've taken this very sensitive topic and treating it with the respect it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
I bet she killed her with a whip. Okay. Yeah. So what's next? How did you end it?
I said, okay, see ya. Take care.
Did you give it? Was there a little awkward? Do we kiss now, or was it just like you both knew there's no kiss now?
There was no way she was gonna get an official TTT kiss card. Yeah, there was no way. So I just pulled out.
Do you give out kiss cards? That is so you.
Course.
That is so you.
I put on some lipstick. And here, my kiss.
Here you go, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Take that with you. Pop it in your bag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
No, I just said, okay, it's COVID. See ya.
Wow. Do you think she knew that it wasn't working? Was it a bit awkward, or like was it?
Why do you think she was seducing me for those 2 hours of insults and bullying?
I can't figure out what her mindset was. I should imagine that she's probably, truthfully, a bit insecure, and might be that she feels a bit better about herself by putting down other people.
Who knows? Let's turn it to the chat.
A guess. That's just a guess. But maybe like, I don't know, something to do with that. So I don't know that she was just, I don't know if she was just being horrible or if she's just got herself into a bit of a bad mindset. Mm-hmm. I want to get her on. I really do want to get her on.
No.
I'd love to speak to her. How did it go? Tell me about your evening with Triple T. Was he a gentleman? Did he push the branches back for you so you could walk through the wilderness? Was the jacket laid down on the floor so that you could walk over the puddles? What was it like hiking with Triple T? I want to know.
Happened. So Anna says she sounds like a diva, so yeah, people aren't fans of her. I imagine they wouldn't want her on the pod.
No, I mean, look, I think it's going to take a very special girl for this community to accept, because I think, you're at the stage with this. We've been doing this. You cares for you, wants the best for you, and they're not going to see some random chickadee come in here and do you know what I mean? Insult Triple T. That is not going to fly with this community. So they're going to want the best for you. But so have you got another date planned at all?
In the future? Hell no, I'm retired now.
You've retired from dating.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Sorry about that.
That's a shame.
And maybe when I move to the UK, I will come out of retirement.
Oh, so you're actually now moving to the UK?
Yes.
Was a holiday, but now,
Yep.
Full on moving to the UK.
Yes.
Is there anything that you would change? Why don't you try and learn and grow from this?
What is there to learn and grow from?
Well, maybe don't go hiking and go to the wilderness where there's no escape. How about them apples?
True. Bonkers wants to know if I told her about the pod. Yes, and she called me a child.
Oh, so she watches then?
No. I hope. Oh my God! Could you imagine if she?
Oh, what if she's watching this? And I said she was insecure. Oh, she's going to be feeling even worse now after that, isn't she? Everyone in the chat laying into her saying she killed a flatmate or whatever. Oh, with a whip. And I've said she's insecure. And now I've reminded her because she might actually still be... Oh. Monica, if you are watching, you're a weirdo. Oh, but I love you, honestly. Hit me up. I'll go in the wilderness with you. Whoa, we'll have a great time. Honestly, you want to start having a go at me? I'll have a pop back, love.
You.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be that. Would, honestly, we'd need to get a film crew for that one.
Yeah.
Me and Monica are out. Got your hat! Got your hat! Ah! Oh, yeah, that would be wild. So, so there's no plans for any future dates And so I think that's a shame. I think you could learn and grow from this.
For the podcast, there will be no more future discussions. This was a once in a lifetime type thing.
It's one of my favorite ever conversations.
Is it?
I love it. I loved it.
I've
never laughed that hard. I don't know when the last time was I laughed that hard. I loved. This is absolutely gold standard. This conversation is in the Hall of Fame of this podcast. I love it.
Well, I'm glad that, like...
What did you wear?
I wore, like, hiking clothes. I wore, like...
Did you have a stick? Did you have sticks? You know, like... No, okay.
No. I should have.
Yeah.
Lightsabers or something.
Keep her back.
Yeah.
What about when you got in the car and drove back? Like, was it awkward? Or did you leave her there? She's still on the hills. Have you left her on the hills?
You left before me. She was like...
Tommy.
She was she pieced before I could. She was out. Yeah, I was just sitting in my car just like, what the heck was that?
The hills have monikers. It's a new horror film. It's a new horror film that's coming. If you go, like, there's just going to be people walking up the hills, like, just having a lovely day, and out of the bushes, she's going to come jumping out. Your hair looks rubbish! The hill coming this summer. The hills have monikers. What, you think that makeup looks good on you? I'd love it if she is just running around terrorizing the Boston hills.
Possibly, yeah, because it's like, it was weird. Because she didn't appear like that in the pre-date.
Okay.
During it.
Ooh.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Was there any redeeming features?
I got home earlier than I thought.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And that was it. There was nothing about her that was like, okay, we can work with this.
No, we can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really sensing that you now want off this subject.
Oh, I just have nothing more to say, unfortunately.
It was horrific. You don't want to talk about it. I could do another hour on this. I need you to know this.
I know you could.
I could easily do another hour because all the time there's like other new questions that are popping in. I want to know, like, you know, when did you meet her? Where did you meet her? Did you literally meet her at the hills? Did you go anywhere before? Was there like, did you not go for a drink at all? You just went straight to hills. Well, who does that? I mean, this is a lot of this does seem like it's your own fault.
Well, I'm telling you, it's post-COVID dating. It's very different.
No, this isn't what people are doing now.
It is. It is. I had to do like this before we could meet in person.
So you spoke to her like this?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I knew it. I knew there was more to this story. There was more to this story. So you spoke to her over like Skype?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And she came across lovely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What was her background?
It was her apartment.
And it looked...
Her flat. Sorry, her flat.
Her flat. Obviously, no flatmate. But her flat. Mm-hmm. And it looked normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No torture devices.
No.
Nope. And, so she came across as lovely, normal. What did you talk about?
Life, dreams, hopes, passions.
Okay.
You know, normal stuff. Yeah.
And she wasn't putting you down?
It was more like you said, like teasing, flirting.
Okay. Perhaps you just made her really comfortable. Perhaps you did such a good job of making her feel comfortable that she's like, do you know what? She might have come off them Skype calls thinking, I can really relax around this guy. This guy, I think, just really gets me. And she felt really comfortable, really relaxed. She goes hiking, and she's like, you know, I thought you'd probably wear something a bit better than that, Tommy, or whatever. Yeah. And she's relaxed into it, and you're just like, oh, she's a twat.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it, but it was just like everything I said. She like threw it back at me like I'm an idiot, and I was like, I have days. I've watched The Bachelor. I've watched The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I have a lot of emotional intelligence because of that. And I have had many relationships with mail order brides. You've seen them sending me messages, but I can't write them back. But I do understand what it's like to have women talk at you through messaging systems and not being able to message back. So I do know the difference between teasing and bullying. And she went in the bullying zone the majority of the time.
I love that you got bullied in the wilderness. That is the name of your autobiography. Mm-hmm. Tommy Toy Travels, Bullied in the Wilderness. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. So
we have 2 reviews.
Okay, let's move on to them because I just saw the time. I mean, I can't believe it. The podcast is done for this week, but there's nothing on the internet that is going to be as engrossing as that story. I don't care. I don't even feel bad. Doesn't bother me in the slightest because that was an absolute dream conversation.
Okay, so 5 stars from Nathaniel. Also, if you guys like this episode, don't forget to leave 5 stars and say whatever you want. So Nathaniel Shiver said, "Congratulations on the mattress frame research. It has been a while since my last review, and I've been listening ever since. And I must say, I think the podcast has gotten better. Between the surprises, announcements, the conversations, the chat involvement, and the comedy, the Wrestling Escape Pod has been loads of fun. I especially enjoyed the episode on TV comedies and loved how in-depth you guys went with your own personal preferences. I'd love to see more dedicated episodes like that. And Tommy, we need our main event recaps again. Keep up the great work, gentlemen." Yeah, I need to do that.
Hey, did you see Mansoor?
Yeah, he came to Raw.
And lost?
Yeah.
But he had that run?
Yeah.
49-0?
It was like me on dates days. So I felt that. I really felt that.
Yeah, he got bullied. He got he got bullied in the wilderness of Raw, didn't he? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of crazy. The people were really. I saw him actually on Twitter going, "Surely a DQ doesn't count as a loss." Like, Adam Pearce, can we do anything about this? Like, I felt a bit bad for him. He seemed a bit. And I think WWE on BT Sport or whatever their account did the graphic, at WrestleMania when it was like 23-1 or whatever the Undertaker thing was. They changed it and they changed it to 49-1. So they took the Undertaker's graphic and WrestleMania and put that on as well, and they tweeted that out. So there was a little bit of buzz about the fact his streak was over, which was crazy because I didn't even know there was a streak. Because literally, you are the only person that watches main event. That is it. There's an audience of 1.
And I stopped watching. So yeah, I'll try and do that for all the fans. So before you get to the poll results, I do have one more to read.
Yeah.
But make sure you get up the poll results and cover your ears because this one's a little sassy about you.
About me?
5. Yeah, about you. 5 stars, John Cena, Alexa Bliss. Best podcast behind Alexa Bliss's podcast, Uncool with Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is the best thing in WWE right now. What I like about is that he respects the opinion. Didn't we just read this one?
Yeah, we read this one.
Alexa Bliss. I hope Alexa Bliss wins the Raw Championship soon. She does her character perfectly. Put some respect on her name. Lily has beady eyes on you days. I feel like that part was new. I feel like this is the same.
It's been edited.
Just one sentence added.
One sentence added. Lily's looking at you days. I'd go on a date with Lily. Take her to the hills. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd take her to the hills.
Did you bully her?
Give her some insults. Oh, I love it. Right, let's look at the results. We've had, you know what? I put up a poll asking what topics people enjoy us talking about on Twitter. I put that poll up for several days, and we got 47 votes, right? Not brilliant. But we got 47 votes, and random conversations were. I put this poll up for 35 minutes. We got 48 votes. 48 votes. We got one more vote than the poll that I put up for several days. But so that means that this is even more legit than when I said it was going to be legit earlier. Now it's super legit. Like, no one's arguing with these results. Yeah. I can tell you, in last place was other, right? Which is good, because I didn't want to have to count up the votes.
You know, I'll say this. Other standing for Raw John Cena, Alexa Bliss, which is hashtag Team Alexa's show. So show some respect to Days. He's a good friend of mine, and I don't like you bullying him unless you have a black belt, in which I apologize for these statements.
Am I being bullied right now?
By John Cena, Alexa Bliss. Yeah, he's saying Lily has eyes on you. I'm calling you out.
I'm not even in the wilderness, am I? I'm not even up a hill, and I'm being bullied. Yeah. Unbelievable. I'm not even on a date. Right, we've got AEW with 17%. We've got NXT with 25%, but the runaway winner, 44%. SmackDown. So SmackDown is officially the best brand. So there we go. Yeah. I must admit, I think that's the way I would have gone as well. I think I would be in that 44, so.
And look at us. Harley the whole time was saying, you guys got to mention SmackDown. Guys got to mention SmackDown here. The whole WEP Nation came together and voted for SmackDown. So that one's for you, Harley.
Yeah, I think they did that for Harley. So,
yeah.
Boom. Right. Well, I think we're done, my friends. There is absolutely nothing, no conversation that can top that one that we had in regards to your week. The only sadness that I feel now is the fact that it seems like there may never be another conversation similar to it.
Hopefully, I wouldn't say that.
Hopefully, we can twist your arm on that and get you out there again, because that is comedy gold. I mean, I think you should go on dates just for the stories, just for this podcast. Like, this podcast will live and die on your dating, right? So we need to get you out there. We need to ship you out there and get a weekly segment and see what's going on in the dating world. So, yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Any final thoughts you want to get across before we go?
Yeah, I'll go to Cheers.
Will you?
I'll try.
That went from I will go to, well, I'll try. And I think if I ask will you again, you'll go, no.
Depends on the weather. Might go on Mother's Day.
Okay. Yes, happy Mother's Day to everyone in the US. We've already had it.
Especially Linda McMahon.
You don't need to say that twice. Especially Linda McMahon. But yeah, happy Mother's Day to everyone in America. We celebrate it, I think, in March here in the UK, so it's already passed for us. But I hope everyone has a good one in the US. And we will see you again, same time, same place next week. Bye for now.